We'll go right into it. Let's talk about John Calipari at Arkansas. What is going on? They're 11-6, dead last in the SEC at 0-4 in conference play. They've had one good win all year. It's against Michigan, and they had to have a second half comeback to beat Miami, who was the worst in the ACC. They had to make a second half comeback. So what is going on at Arkansas?
John just doesn't care. It's like he just showed up down there, and it's just like he still thinks he's just the celebrity of college basketball, and
Yeah.
it's just not the same Calipari. It's like I remember the 2014 season pretty well still. Like, I mean, he was on his team that year. Like, it's not like the reason they flipped that switch and were able to make like a run in March after like having a pretty unsuccessful season was because I mean he was like I said, he was locked in. They turned around because he was just on there, you know, every single day, and they eventually flipped the switch. I don't think that like that. That's just not him anymore. He just kind of shows up, and it's like he just seems completely clueless. And if you listen to his press conferences, I mean, he makes himself look like a fool. I don't. It's like there's a difference between kind of being funny and silly. You know, like I'm all for that. Like I think he is funny, but like some of the things he's been saying recently, it's like John, you can't say that. When you lose you're 0-4 in SEC play. Like you can't just come out there and have fun during those press conferences.
Yeah.
And it's just like kind of past the point where it's like, all right, I, I think we get it, John. It's like
Yeah.
I don't think he necessarily even built a great roster to begin with. Like I think that's another thing because he built the whole team on the fly. Like he showed up there and like the whole roster was gone.
Mm.
So it's like he just kind of put pieces together. I mean, like I don't know where you stand on Kentucky or on Arkansas, but it's like
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like he's always been so good at winning press conferences in terms of like laughing with him, but now he doesn't realize that the audience is laughing at him. Like
yeah,
he hears the laughters, especially in his head, but he doesn't realize that they're laughing at him when he's talking about, "Hey, we're playing at the number one team in the country, and the guys just wanted to sleep in." So I was like, "Okay, that's fine. Let's just sleep in." And then they slept. They just slept walk through the whole game against Tennessee. He gets on a flight and goes to Chicago to watch D Rose. And I know they honored D Rose, but like that's just kind of shows you where his priorities are. Is like, look, I did what I did at Kentucky. I'm a Hall of Fame coach, which he is, but it kind of seems like he is doing a retirement tour, but it's for like multiple years. It was last year at Kentucky, maybe the last 2 years at Kentucky, now and however long he can stay at Arkansas. It's just like he's soaking in the moment of still being a relative college basketball coach with his name, but not with what his record is.
yep, that's a good way to put it. I didn't necessarily think they would be competing for championships, but it's like, come on, I thought like they'd be a tournament team.
Yeah, and that shows you like again with his name, it gives false hope to Arkansas. Like we just landed Calipari from Kentucky because they see the name and not like what he's been doing bad with Kentucky. Like Kentucky fans were screaming it when they wanted him gone. Then it happened, and then Kentucky fans weren't happy with Mark Pope. But that showed that look, you can make a good hire, you can make a goofy hire like that, like we just talked about, or you can try and make the splash hire that's not as attractive or you can make the attractive hire, the splash hire with Calipari, and you're 0-4 in the SEC in the first 4 games because you went for the name and not for a really good head coach, which is Mark Pope.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just crazy too, because it's like I can't tell if they really kind of ran off Muscleman or if like he just kind of jumped because it's like I mean, I never really thought he fit Arkansas to begin with, but like he had things rolling and it seemed like it was a good place.
Yeah, it
And
like
I
I was
just
gonna say with Muscleman. Sorry, Cole. With Muscleman, his personality, like you said, people were like he doesn't fit Arkansas. He's more of a West Coast guy. Well, that was always the thing with Calipari. So they went Muscleman on crack with Calipari being the head coach.
yeah,
This is Hollywood as
yeah,
John Calipari.
yeah. And it's just like even I feel like Musselman's kind of already got like USC even kind of playing pretty well in Big Ten play. So it's like I mean they kind of started off a little rocky, and
Yeah.
I was like I don't know if but like they've kind of turned around. I think they've beaten Indiana and or Illinois both at their places. So it's like they've even started kind of got it. It's just funny watching the difference because it's like Kentucky's having a lot of success, and even USC they're already starting to play a little like they're already starting to play better. So it's like Arkansas is just completely doing the reverse of both of them.
Yeah, I mean, can this
This
Arkansas team finish above 500? Like, let alone can they make March? Like now we're looking at they're 11-6. Can they finish above 500 in year one? Because I tell you what, Calipari has the name, but if he doesn't turn it around, if he goes under 500 this year or 500 next year, if he doesn't turn it around, he's gone because they invested way too much into him.
Yep, they'll correct that. I don't think they're turning it around.
No, we agree with that.